Today we have Dena Schrock with us. She's the author of Closed.
Behind Closed Doors. Oh,
There we go. I was trying to get that up. We have been having a little bit of internet problems on my end. Power's going out, so hopefully that's over with. But so yeah, Dena, you want to share a little bit about yourself, why you wrote the book, where you're from, and all that.
Yes. Well, thank you for having me on. I was actually introduced by you through my adopted mom, which lives in Cleveland. She watched a video of you and she's like, "Have you watched Amish Potato?"
Really?
So she's like, "You need to watch him. He's really good." So I'm like, "All right." So yeah, anyway, I grew up in Tennessee and I moved to Kentucky. I went to school, graduated 8th grade in Tennessee, and then moved to Kentucky with my parents when I was 14, and then got married there, and moved to Ohio at 20, when I was 20. Then I lived my life in Ohio for 20 years. And, okay, you froze up. I don't know if you can hear me. Can you guys hear us? Okay, I think, I don't know, should I keep talking? I guess I'll keep talking if you guys can hear me. He might come back where he's not froze. Anyway, the reason that I wrote this book, thanks, Vernon, is there are so many books about the Amish out there. Before I wrote mine, there might have been, I think Emma Gingrich had one. And okay, he got bumped off. I think he has bad connection. So there's a lot of fiction books about the Amish, and I was getting so many questions about how Amish life is or was, and why we left, why I left. So finally, I'm like, why not just put it in a book and have people get the book? I love answering questions too, so if you have questions, that's great. All right, he says, he messaged me, so I'm not sure. He says, "We lost it for good now, so do you want to try this again tomorrow?" I don't know how I can still be on. The internet lost him, but I'm still here and you guys can hear me. All right, should I just hop off since he's not able to come on? I'll ask him. Do you want me to hop off? Hear me. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, Martha says keep talking. I don't know. I feel bad that he's not here to ask me questions and he might want to be here. I used to do these live videos all the time back in 2017. And that was just before the book came out, which it also inspired me to write my book, because I was having a lot of questions through that. And okay, he's going to try his cell phone. He said, keep talking and he'll try his cell phone. So we'll see. And so the book came out in 2018. And it's about my life growing up Schwarzentuber Amish, which is a little bit different than the Amish potato grew up. We didn't have indoor plumbing. We didn't have running hot water. We had a cistern that it's called a cistern. It's a dugout. It's a big, how do you explain it? A big tank. Some people cement it, but they dig a big hole and put a tank in it and catch the rainwater from the roofs. And then they have this hand pump that pumps it out of that cistern or tank into like the wash basin where everybody washes their hands. They use that for baths and laundry. And then we had a well that we would carry our drinking water from close by the barn, or in Tennessee, we had a well close by the house. So we were able to carry the water from close by the house in a bucket. And I believe all of that is in my book. So if you want my book, you can go to denaschrock.com, or it's on Amazon too. And then this one, oh, he says he doesn't have enough cell phone service. I'm sorry about that, guys. All right. I don't know how I would hang up on this video after I'm done, because it was on his end, but they want me to. It might just go to nothing after I get off, and it might not be saved or anything. So maybe I'll just keep talking for a little bit. And then just leave, and it won't be saved. I'm not sure how that works. But this book I'll quickly talk about is Bringing Light into the Darkness. I compiled it with 14 different ladies' stories. And this was done due to the conference that I founded in 2018. Which my Facebook Lives also created the opportunity to have a women's conference. And we are, as of now, in Ohio, in the Amish country, Berlin, Ohio. And we have a conference once a year. It's called Voices of Hope. And the inspiration was to create a platform for women, men, to share their stories. We have a men's group and a women's group. And coming from a place where women were very sheltered, and well, men are sheltered too, but women were very much under the men, and didn't really have, well, I should say, a very limited voice. So the inspiration was to give women a platform to share their stories and how they have overcome trauma, abuse, And it's not only for ex-Amish women, it's for all kinds of walks of life. So the ladies that wrote their story in this book don't all come from the Amish either. I believe we all have a story. We all come from somewhere. And we all go through stuff. We all, whether it's losing a child, losing a friend, divorce, leaving your family for, in my case, was for a better life, to raise my kids differently. And I have 4 and they're all grown. Well, the youngest is 16. And I don't regret leaving at all. I love it out here. We have this conference coming up in March, in the end of this month, 24th and 25th in Berlin. And if you want more information on that, you can reach out to the Amish Potato, I guess. And he can connect you with more information, I guess. Or you can look me up too on Facebook, Dena Schrock, if you want. Or how about you go to, there's a Facebook group or page, Voices of Hope, Your Story Matters. That will give you an idea of the conference, give you more information there. And you can always message through that page and somebody will reach out to you. Okay, I'll just look at the comments. The Amish Potato got disconnected from his line. Yeah, okay. I'll just see if I have any questions here. Okay. Yeah, thank you. You posted my website. One question, is there anything that I miss about the Amish or being Amish? Anything that I miss? I mean, there's times where I miss community. A place where you really know you belong. Sometimes you're not sure where you belong out here. So I think that's something I could say that I miss. Just not having that close-knit family that I used to have. So yes, I miss that, of course. As far as the lifestyle, I can't really say that I have anything that I miss. I really like my shower. I don't take for granted that I can take a shower. We used to have to, heat the water, take a bath. There were no showers. There were outhouses. And okay, the Wounded Heart book was very helpful. I had to forgive myself for building walls against relationships. Martha, that's really good. Yeah, there's so much that we learn as we go through life, and forgiveness is one, and it's not easy. I got a letter from my dad recently. Ended up not even reading it. I don't think he wrote it himself. It was printed out. And just, I glanced at it and I'm like, yeah, it's not a good letter. So he is still alive. My mom passed away 12 years ago, and my dad lives in Indiana, which I would have wanted to tell the Amish potato about that. And okay, here's another question. What was the biggest challenge of coming out of the Amish when you actually made the move? Biggest challenge, overcoming fear of man. I guess I would say that's as far as your mindset. Free your mindset. Your mindset has so much to deal with to become free. I'd say that's the biggest challenge that I had mentally. I'm wondering what told you something felt odd and what was it? Nancy, are you referring to like what told me I should leave the Amish, maybe? The reason I left was I was married at the time, but my brother got shot in Canada. He was in Canada at the time, and he got shot from the church, excommunicated. And then me and my ex-husband, we agreed with him on what he is standing up for against the church. And then the bishop where we were at, which was Ohio back then, I'm in Florida now, beautiful weather. But in Ohio, when we did not shun my brother when he came to visit, him and his wife. And then, of course, everybody found out because that's just how it is. Everybody finds out everything about the other person if they do something wrong. So the bishop came and told us that we have to confess that we didn't shun my brother. And then, long story short, we didn't confess. So they excommunicated us. And it took us we didn't want to leave. We just wanted to do what's right and stand for what's right. So it took us a good 9 months until we had decided that we need to leave because we were not getting anywhere with them. So yeah, we ended up leaving. It took me a year to get my driver's license because fear of man, fear of my family, what they think of me and all that. So that's the challenging part. I was close to my family, and there were 14 of us. So, yeah, leaving all them behind was very hard. And then doing things I knew that they would say that you're going to hell because you're doing that. Had to free my mind from fear. So, all right. Amish Potato says, well, I can't join live stream, but maybe I can be in the chat. Yes. And you can watch how funny is that. All right. I don't know. Is that kind of it? I went over this book a little bit. I didn't mention any authors, but some of the ladies that wrote a chapter did not write a book. They only wrote their story in a chapter. So that's kind of what we do in the conference. We have 5-6 speakers, and they share their story, and then they teach. Some of them have a teaching, some of them have. It's just very motivating, very encouraging to see the change in people and what they do, to how the Lord helps them to get out of situations and grow. And we all need that. So I'm excited for this next conference coming up. ES says, where in Indiana is your dad living? Okay, he is in, oh my gosh, English, Indiana. Do you know that area? That's where, yeah, that's where he is at. That's the address. So, all right, anything else? I think if I just click leave, yes, it is southern part of Indiana. Actually, not far from Louisville, Kentucky. Really, like close by the line, I guess. So, all right. Thank you. Thanks for listening to me. And without the potato on, I wanted to talk a little bit about his pitchfork in the back of his, background. Mentioned that when he's on, but I did. He's, yeah, not here tonight. Do you want to pursue college classes? No, actually, Shalon, I guess that's how you pronounce your name. I got my GED, but I don't have a desire to go to college. I have my own cleaning business. I am very successful in it, and I have employees and all the crazy stuff that comes with it. Workers' comp, insurance. Yeah, it's tough, but it is very good, and it's a very high demand on cleaning. We do commercial and residential. But my oldest daughter is in college right now. She's a senior in college, and she is going for her psychology degree. So, and my third child is in college too, and the second one has other plans. So yeah, they are all doing what they love and what they want to do. So I'm very proud of my kids, and that we're able to that they were able to live outside of the box and decide for themselves. And here's another question. A few Swartz and Troopers I know of joint Mennonite community in Owenton, Kentucky. Oh, Owenton. I know Owenton. I know where that's at, but I don't know who moved there. I lived in Sonora, Kentucky, and I knew a lot of people in Park City because there's a Swartz and Trooper Amish group in Park City, and so I might know them. I don't know. Oh, thank you. I am not that young anymore. I have a 22-year-old. Yeah, she is 22, and I love the Dr. Phil show, helping folks with counseling. Well, thank you. I was actually on Dr. Phil years ago. I was on there for to represent the Amish women. That was a wild experience. And I was 21. How old were your children? Oh, my oldest was 13-month-old when I left the Amish, so the others were not born yet. So I'm out for 20 years. All right, well, I appreciate you guys. Thanks, Amish Potato. Maybe well, I don't know, will we do this again or not? But I guess he's snowed in or getting snow, and and his electric is not the best right now. So thanks for having me and watching this video. Good night.